Today, we're swapping it out for the Yoshimura AT2 stainless steel exhaust, ST2. Frick. Since the internet sucks and there was no good install videos, I decided to make one. Let's cut the bullshit and get straight to it, but not without a little before and after. Alright, step number one is to open the gigantic box and see if the packaging really is as ridiculous as everything I've heard. First thing I notice, packaging not that bad. It's these like sealed foam things. Cool. Glad they don't just give me freaking instructions. That's fun. Alright, so the first real thing we've got to do is back over here on this other side, which is removing the O2 sensor. We're going to cut the zip tie so we can actually get it off. Next thing we're gonna do is loosen our radiator. So take off this bolt here, left side. This one here on the right side so we can actually get in there. And then back from the right side of the bike, we've got this pesky little one in there that we gotta go get. Well, there it is, the radiator mount from the bottom that we're trying to get off. Step number two is to remove the header nuts. We've got a 12mm socket, universal joint, extension, ratchet driver. That's one of them. Now we're gonna take the bolts off that are holding the stock muffler up. Okay. Last one on the other side. Here's one of my gaskets. And there we go. I removed the stock exhaust adapter attachment support thingy. Where's my freaking wrench at? This is a 14mm. Holy. Goodness. Freaking. There we go. This top bolt on the bracket here goes all the way through, so we gotta put something on the other side to keep it from rotating. Man, that was a beast. Got our bracket off. So we're on the right side of the bike. We're gonna remove 2 oil pan bolts to be able to install this bracket. Now we're gonna install the stock header using the stock header bolts. We're gonna go ahead and dab a little bit of grease on these gaskets, get them back up into place. Oh, here's a good trick. If you put the rubber bands behind these header bolts, it'll hold them in place enough while still allowing you to rotate them. There we go. Okay. Just enough to kind of get them sticky. All right, now we're gonna go underneath, see if we can get these things to stick back up where they're supposed to go. Sticky, but not sticky enough on that one. Now that we've got the gaskets in there, we're ready to fit the header. Once we have the headers attached, we're going to attach the back of the header to this bracket right here using an 8mm bolt and a nut on the backside. I've got a muffler bracket, a spacer, and a grommet. We're going to go ahead and install these 3 things. I'm assuming the grommet just goes in here. And spacer, like that. Next, we're going to install the bracket with the spacer back using the stock hardware. These have blue Loctite on them, so we'll probably blue Loctite them again. We're gonna put this on pretty dang tight. That's tight enough for me. Now we're gonna put the muffler on. Oh. Let's go install the muffler. Okay. Now we got to attach this spring nut. Easy peasy. Next, we're going to reinstall the radiator. Next, we're going to reroute the O2 sensor. First thing we need to do, take off the radiator cover. All right, so we took these wires, fished them up through here, fished them through the hole. This is the blinker wire, so it's gonna have to stay. But this O2 sensor is gonna go back the other way. So I just retorqued the oil pan bolts, header bolts, and I reinstalled the freaking radiator bolts. Got the radiator mounted up. Huge pain in the butt, but couldn't have done the header bolts without loosening the radiator. So necessary evil there. Now we're gonna reroute the O2 sensor. We're gonna go ahead and install the O2 sensor using a 22 millimeter. And then we're gonna install the O2 sensor. Last step is to rubber down with some rubbing alcohol. Well, there we have it, the Yoshimura AT2 exhaust install. We're gonna go ahead and fire this thing up so you can hear the difference between the factory exhaust and this Yoshimura AT2 stainless. Full custom jobby, let's go.